Hello everyone, welcome to GameTechUK and another truck driver video, this time on the PlayStation 4. Before we get on with today's video, top right of your screen will be a playlist popping up with all my content in there, most of it exclusive. For example, if you want to know what the trophy list and the full achievement list is for the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4, it's all in that playlist, so feel free to check that out, feel free to subscribe, but let's get on with today's video. Right, so we're here, as I say, with a PlayStation 4 version, and you'll see it looks very, very similar to what we played already. It's a direct port, you know, it is the same version that we've been playing on the PC, albeit on the console. So I'm here in the standard truck. I'm not just going to repeat my previous videos and show you from the start, because I've been lucky enough to have the exclusives for quite a while. So what I've been wanting to do is to grind just a little bit and show you some other stuff in the game. So I've got a good, real interesting load to show you, and I'll probably be buying another truck in this video. So yeah, this is the standard truck. Now you probably know this if you watch my videos. So let's get in there. And let's start up. Now you will see that graphically it's not much different to the PC version. One thing you will see straight away is a little bit of screen tearing, so let's address that straight away, but at the same time as addressing it, just make you aware that this is still a beta version, and in a way graphically it feels a step backwards to what I've been playing on the PC, but the PC version has gone through quite a few updates. This is the first version we've been able to play on the PlayStation 4. So is it going to be judged as the final version? Absolutely not, and I don't want you to do that either. If this was the final version and we had this screen tearing, of course it's going to be judged more critically. At the moment it's going to be judged, this is what we've got at the moment, let's wait for the next update. So that's, you know, it's got a bit of screen tearing and a little bit of frame rate issue as well. So look, you can see even in this screen there's a little bit of frame rate issue, which I'm optimistic about, because if there's frame rate issues in a basic menu or a map like this, that just means it's optimization. You can see there's a little bit of jitter in this, hopefully that's coming across on the video, a little bit of jitter, so that can only be optimization. So I'm confident that that part of it will get done. Let's set a waypoint to the builder's yard. And also, I'm going to show you, I've spoken in a previous video about the way that the scenery evolves. I'm going to show you that today, because like I say, I've almost finished the builder's campaign missions, and I've been recording it as I've been going, so I'll be able to show you that evolution. So let's start the engine and get going. So we're going to make our way up to the builder's yard, and I like the scenery. The map reminds me of the way that I like Bus Sim and the environment there. I've got a real love for Bus Sim and the environment, even though it's quite small. A lot of people in my last video were like, oh, that map's too small. Okay, it's a lot smaller than something like Euro Truck, but we're not here to compare it to Euro Truck. But what is here is interesting. You know, like this for example, all the different weather states as well. I drove down here earlier and it's blistering sunshine, but now it's quite foggy, so you're not going to see out into the harbour. But it has got things like dynamic weather. It has got dynamic time of day. Some of our favourite games, Gran Turismo, hasn't got a dynamic time of day. So, you know, it's got some fantastic features, you know, and like I say, the feature of the environment changing the more you deliver, that's pretty cool as well. So yeah, what we're going to do is we're going to go, I'm going to overtake him, nice safe overtake on the brow of a hill. Indicators on though, so it's fine. There we go, we're back in line. Sometimes the AI does get annoying, you're like, come on, just move on, but yeah, it's a 30-mile-an-hour zone, so we should wait. And if you are driving properly, taking note of the speed limits, etc., the map does actually feel quite big. That's why I'm not going to cut this bit. We're going to drive to the builder's yard, and we're not going to cut it at all, because I want you to see the scenery. That's the idea of these videos. I want you to see the scenery and see how it's progressing. We've still got things that on a personal level I want included. That doesn't mean they are going to get included, that just means that I want them included. This bit here where we look left and right, I do really want a snap button to put that back to center. I must admit I am getting better at oh, my engine stopped then. I am getting better at putting the camera back to the center, but I'd still be able to, like, you know, just be able to look there and then just press a button or press the right hand analog down and just bring that back to center immediately. This does work on steering wheel unofficially. It's still unofficial. Steering wheel support is included, but brands etc. are unofficial. My TGT, my Thrustmaster TGT, the Gran Turismo wheel, it does work. I'll show you that in a minute as well. But I can't look left and right, and I can't change the view. So I'm hoping that Sedesco and Triangle Studios allow us to reassign the buttons, because that if they don't do that and they don't include my wheel, that means I can't use my wheel, and I really do want to use the wheel with this, because I'll show you in a minute how nice it feels playing this game with a wheel, because all I've done so far is just play it with a controller, which is totally fine. And like I said in my last video, not everyone is going to play this with a steering wheel. I know from feedback a lot of people are getting a steering wheel now that this game supports it. They're actually getting a steering wheel to play this game. But a lot of people will just want to take advantage of having your feet up on the couch and just relaxing and playing the game. So I know steering wheel support isn't important to everyone. It's important to me on a personal level. Right, we're going to go into the builder's yard now. And you can see a little bit of frame rate when we turn corners. It's fine when you're going straight ahead. When you're turning corners, there is a little bit of frame rate issue. Also, you can see that the truck on this dirt terrain does sort of wobble and bounce a little bit more, but you don't really feel that. I'd really like to feel the difference in terrain between dirt and concrete. I really would. Right, okay, so this let me show you now actually the way that this area has evolved. So here you can see over the course of many deliveries how the actual environment in front of us has changed each time we've come back after a visit and a delivery. So that's how it's evolved, and I think that's quite a unique feature. I really genuinely do like that. You know, I've watched and helped this area grow. Now, if you remember in my last video, I told you and demonstrated a little bit about this this brother and sister that both a warring brother and sister. Well, they've made up a little bit. They've made up a little bit, so I'm not going to spoil too much of the story, but they have made up a little bit, and this mission is called Making Amends, and this is going to make both the sister and Andre the builder happy. So I'm going to pick up something quite cool, and it's a statue that I think is going to finish off that area. So this we've got quite a drive, so I want to be able to show you as much as I possibly can. And one thing that I do speed quite a lot in this game. And one thing I would like to see just a little bit more, there's not too much, we're coming up to one now, which is a 50, right? But there's not too much, it's not obvious on a lot of the roads exactly what the speed limit is. So I'd like it to be a little bit more obvious. And what we can do is we can put the cruise control, and sometimes it is a little bit awkward, but it keeps it at the speed that you turned it on. So for example, let's try it, and I'd like to reassign a different key to that. There you go. Right, so we got that on about 46, 47. So again, if you're flying around the map, yeah, like anything, the map is going to feel quite small, isn't it? But if you're doing it properly and driving to the speed limit, which I know a lot of people will do. Now this one is a 30, right? So this one is a 30. So we're gonna come off there. We're gonna do it properly. So you see that once you actually drive it properly, and a lot of people will do this. I don't want to use the word role-playing, because it's not role-playing, but a lot of people do enjoy driving properly around, even in GTA. Right, so now we're back up to a 50. Even in GTA, people enjoy using the road correctly and properly as it's meant to be used in. So a lot of these times, especially when I'm grinding or going between mission and mission, I think, oh god, I'm doing 90 kilometers an hour here, and taking the racing line. Well, we don't want to do that. We want to do it properly. For the sake of this video, I might not stick to it entirely. Right, so we've got another 50 there. Now I've said that about the speed notifications, there's quite a few, but it's fine. Actually, if you watch out for speed cameras and random areas, you will get fined. So you can't just speed as much as you want. But the environment is coming on. The environments are interesting. As I say, there is a bit of a frame rate issue, but we're not going to talk too much about that at the moment because it is a beta, and optimization will generally not always, but generally be one of the last things that gets them approached once everything's in place. So we're going to keep our fingers crossed that this is going to run silky smooth on the PlayStation. This is the Pro, so it should run silky smooth. It's the Unity engine, so Cuphead, for example, Rust, everything like that is made in Unity. So you know, it's Unity is a good little engine, especially for indie developers. So it's going to be cool. I'm optimistic that this is going to be a successful game, and what I'm hoping is that Sedesco and Triangle Studios really build on this as a base, bring us lots of DLC. Not necessarily all of it free, because I'm a big supporter of indie developers, and you can't just produce content for free. But at the same time, I don't want it to be like Euro Truck and just, oh, you want something, you got to pay for it. I don't necessarily want it to be like that. A good mixture of free and value for money DLC I would be a big fan of, and just use this as the base game, and build on it. This game could go anywhere. It could go as far as Sedesco and Triangle. Whoa, did you... He was genuinely on the wrong side of the road, surely. Wasn't he? Oh god, we'll have to watch that bit back. He was genuinely on the wrong side of the road. Yeah, I've left insurance details, of course I have. But you can see, you know, it's the map is, you know, it feels large. It feels like it's not taking a couple of minutes to get to the next one. It feels big enough to enjoy it. And we're not here to compare this to Euro Truck. You know, I get a lot of comments. Oh my god, do I get a lot of comments. That's not as good as Euro Truck. Euro Truck is king. Yeah, if you've got a PC, then of course, even the developers say that. Go and play Euro Truck. It's fine. We're trying to create something slightly different, they say, that isn't available on console. And that's the important bit here. You know, there is no other... Okay, you got Mud Runner, Spin Tires, which is it's truck, but not a road trucking. There isn't another road trucking sim on PlayStation 4. So we're not here to compare. The only reason you would compare is they're both trucks. They're both driving trucks. Other than that, the comparisons are not really like for like. And don't forget, Euro Truck has been in development for absolutely years as well, and been refined by the community via mods. So I'm not here to compare it, and I'm not here to ignore Euro Truck either. I love Euro Truck. I play it on the PC, but I'm also interested, and have always been interested, in this game from a console point of view, because there's nothing else like it. Right, we are almost there. I do like these bridges as well, these glass-sided bridges. But you can see the environment's all there. It's going to be interesting to drive around. It certainly is. And I'll tell you what I'm going to do now. I'm going to pull over. I'm going to pull over safely. Right? I'm going to pull over safely, just to the side of the motorway. And we're going to go to my steering wheel. Now, we're not going to do the whole journey in the steering wheel. I'm just going to drive to the statue, because I can't look left and right, and I can't change view. But I want to show you a little bit of the steering wheel. So here we are on the steering wheel, and it feels a lot more natural. It feels like how I want to play it. So as I say, there's no look left or right. And I can't change the view. I can't rotate through the views either. So we're only going to just show you that the Thrustmaster TGT does work. I'm just hoping that they allow us to reassign buttons, and it just feels so much more natural. It really, really does. I like it. I like it with the steering wheel. It feels how I've been wanting to play it for a long time. The steering wheel feels nice enough. I mean, I've turned the sensitivity up a little bit. But yeah, the steering wheel just feels lovely, and it makes it feel a completely different game, because this is how I want to play the game. So I'm so pleased. We're going right here. So my indicators work, and I can turn the engine off and on. The only thing I can't do is look left and right and rotate, which is a bit of a shame, because I've got dual analogues on this stick as well. So I was really hoping, dual analogues on the steering wheel, I was really hoping it would work. But it doesn't, but that's fine. Again, pre-release, and they're still working on steering wheel support. So but it's nice to be able to play it with steering wheel. I really, really like it. Okay, so we're going to pick this trailer up, and as I say, you know, the journeys don't feel that short, do they? We've been driving for quite a while now, which is encouraging. Right, we're going to go right here. I tend to take it more carefully when I'm on the steering wheel, because I'm driving it you know, I'm getting immersed in it. This is how I want to actually do it. I'm hoping there's a sleeping point up here actually, because otherwise we are going to be in trouble. Now this is where a little bit of management comes in. So it's cool that I've gone to this bit, because what happens is if we pick this trailer up and we fall asleep, which is top right, if that goes all the way down, it fails the mission, which means we've got to do this again. So I'm really hoping we've got some kind of sleep point up here. In areas they are few and far between, so I need to look for that before I pick the load up, because otherwise it's going to fail. Let's have a look at the map. Yeah, see, we can't... Oh yeah, we can do it from there. Okay, that's fine. Oh, there is... I'm going to do it on controller. There is a little area just there. So let's go there. Looks like it's just up here, isn't it? It'd be behind... Oh, we'll get petrol as well while we're here. Yeah, let's do that. So this is like a proper journey video, isn't it? There we go. So let's get the petrol first. Now, also, I've said to Sedesco and Triangle Studios, I don't know if I like, I don't know if I like just one particular petrol icon in the middle. What I would like is just 4 smaller ones right next to the petrol, the gas, the petrol dispenser, right? So you know, so you have to actually park next to them. That's what I would like, rather that you can do it just by parking in the middle, and that's not really true to life, is it? So I'd like the icons, so you have to be parked right next to them as well. Also, I think you should have to turn the engine off as well. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to turn the engine off and then refuel. I like the sound of the refuel. I think it's fantastic. So a little bit of just a little bit of extra configuration and thought around the petrol station, I think will make it a lot more realistic. I know we're not going for a sim here, but I think anything that makes the game more immersive and realistic, all the better. Or maybe rather than the icon, have the marks on the floor, you know, where you drop the loads off and you get that. Maybe just have that on the floor. So we're going to start the engine back up. We're going to go over to the sleep as well. And also things like this with the sleep, right? So you can just drive into it and press triangle. You don't have to stop. I think you should stop. I think you should have to absolutely stop before you select that, because you can just drive into it, press triangle. Right, we're coming back to get the statue now. Yeah, I'm going wide on them corners, I know that. But the fact it's got dynamic time of day, I really like it. I think it's cool. Right, we're going to go right here. Then we're going to take a left. I can't look left or right, so if I'm pulling out on anyone, it's because I haven't got the key bindings. That's what I'll put on the insurance document. No key bindings. Right, we're almost here. So we're back now to the depot, full of petrol or diesel, and our sleep meter, our stamina meter is full. So we're raring to go. And here you'll see for the first time is this statue. Now this statue, I've always liked to look at this, and I've never seen it in the actual game. Let's get it on controller. I've never actually seen it in the game. Last time I saw it was on the trailer, and I was like, oh, that looks cool. And now I know what it's for. It's for the end of the builders campaign. Right, so let's get back on controller and carry on. Right, back on controller, so we can properly control it. So we're gonna reverse onto this this statue. It looks pretty cool, doesn't it? That is one thing that I found. You know, I did that video a little while ago where we was hauling the big old-fashioned boat. The loads are interesting, and that is part of the game, isn't it? And I think that will really help truck driver. Of course, you've got the standard loads to haul, like the standard box trailers, which is fine. But when you're hauling something like this, I just think it makes it a little bit more interesting. And if we can get some either free DLC or paid for DLC of wide loads and all that, that's going to make it very, very interesting. Right, sculpted by Alexander Lunskew. He used to be a teacher at the School of Crafts. So there's a little bit of story there. She'll present it at the official unveiling. Oh, okay. and him and his sister, Andre and his sister, are going to have some dinner afterwards. So in this little storyline, we've seen them start off as warring against each other and really against each other, and it works out. They're totally fine. They're happy. They're actually going to start having a chat. So that's nice. But it looks nice at night. I mean, all the city across there, it looks really nice. But again, oh god, getting that the view straight afterwards can be a bit of a nightmare, because you think, oh, that looks straight, and you think, no, it's not. That's straight. So we do need a button where we can just realign everything. And it does feel a little bit more weighty. Now we've got that huge statue on the back. It does feel weighty, which is promising. We could probably have some more of that. One thing also that I've mentioned to Sedesco and Triangle as well is there's no rumble strip noise, and we need a rumble noise. It's part of a driving game. You need to know. You need to get that, you know, when you go over to the rumble strips. We need that. So, you know, the fact that there's no rumble strip there, I'm sure it would only be a small programming issue. But if we can get some noise or vibration, because at the moment there doesn't seem to be any vibration through the handset, through the DualShock controller. Don't know whether that's still being worked on, whether that's something that's going to happen. But again, this is all preview, so you know we've got to judge it as preview and just hope that we keep putting our feedback forward. I know for a fact Sedesco read all your comments in my videos. I know that. So the more we can leave constructive criticism and ideas, etc., the more chance we've got of getting the game that we want at launch. Now we are getting close to launch. It's coming out September, so we haven't got long to go. And I will be making lots of truck driver videos for you, especially as it gets updated. Each time it gets updated, I will make a video. The horns need work as well. If you press it down, that's it at the moment. But I know that is being addressed, and that can't be the final horn. There must be a better horn than that. Truck drivers love their horn, don't they? It doesn't really go at the moment, does it? So we're going to take it back to Andre. So there's quite a bit of driving, isn't there? You know, I think you can see that there is, you know, there's a lot of different sections as well. We've got the open road, the highway, whatever you want to call it, the motorway that we're on at the moment, and we've got little places like the harbours and the vistas and the mountain passes. You know, I think there's a lot of differences in the terrain here to keep you interested. Right, we're coming off here. We might have been speeding a little bit on the motorway, but it's fine. So yeah, take off the mirror as well. We don't need the left-hand mirror when we're on the in-cab view. There's no point having a mirror over a mirror, because I can see the left-hand mirror. So processing power, it all counts when you're developing for the standard Xbox, standard PlayStation, and the Xbox One. So if we can just have an option for having the right-hand mirror on, because I don't need two mirrors, one over each other on the left, so that would help as well. Again, these are all options that can be put in, hopefully, before launch. Right, we've got a right turn here. We're not far from Andre, the builder's yard. We're going to come out quite wide. But you'll have to let me know in the comments what you're thinking of the game so far, how it's progressing, all the videos that I've shown you right from, you know, when I first started covering the game almost a year ago. I think it's come on quite a lot, and I'm excited to have it on the PlayStation. We're doing lots of streams, lots of videos. I think it's cool, so let me know what you think, because that's the most important thing. I'm always interested, get involved in the chat. I'm interested to know what you think, and if you're excited to get it on the console. Right, only a couple of minutes away. You can see up ahead the constructor's crane, construction crane. So you know we're here. He's annoying me, this geezer. Oh god, I've embarrassed myself by using my horn there. And here we can see on the map, bottom right, we're almost there. Actually says top right. Take the fountain back. Maybe it's a fountain as well, not just a statue. Right, left here. Yes, mate, come on. So you can see there's not much difference between the two terrains, and I think that's important. I think on a terrain like this, it should be more bumpy, and you should be getting more feedback through either the controller or just through the screen shake and the way the truck moves about. There should be more. Here we are for parking. Should be fairly easy to get 100. Here we go. See what he's got to say about that. So we're going to get parking bonus as well. There's the mission complete. You're part of the family now. I'm part of the family, and we've unlocked a quest endurance manual as well. So each time you do this, you're unlocking it. You know, awesome. Yes, we've just unlocked that, and we got that as a final credit bonus. That's good. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come away from the area, and hopefully by the time we go back, you'll be able to see the progression. I'm not sure exactly how it works. If there's a there might be a time limit for how long before you see that progression, but let's just try coming up here. I don't know what the answer is to that, to be honest with you. I don't know if we're gonna go down here and suddenly it's up, or whether there is a bit of a time issue. If there is, I'll just show you in the next video. Dangerous driver here. So you can see that it's dynamically changed from nighttime to daytime. Now I think it does it really well. If you don't notice it, that means it's doing it well. No, it's still there. That's fine. That will give me something to show you in the next video. But that is it, everyone. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video looking at the PlayStation 4 version. Don't forget to subscribe. Leave me a comment in the comment section below. I love getting involved in the chat, and I'd love to know what you think. But that is it, everyone. Have a lovely day, and I'll see you in the next one.